ZooBurst is a website that aids in the creation of 3D pop-up books. In addition to generating books, ZooBurst can also be used as a presentation tool. The basic software is free, although there is a premium pay option that includes additional tools. ZooBurst books can be experienced on your computer, iPad, or via the ZooBurst mobile app. Authors can arrange characters and props within a 3D world that can be customized using uploaded artwork, your own personal photos, or items found in a built-in database of over 10,000 free images and materials. ZooBurst authors can easily share books with readers using a simple hyperlink, and books can be embedded in any website or blog, allowing authors to provide their own contextual framework to their stories. Authors can allow for comments, providing a virtual space in which readers can interact with one another. Let's first take a look at the gallery. So after you've logged in, you'll be on a home page, and at the top you can click on Gallery, and we can take a look at some books that others have created. I like this one called My Trip to Maui, and we can take a look and see what is possible using ZooBurst. There's narration at the bottom, the text, and then you can include your own pictures, and you can supplement that with the clip art that's in the database. In order to scroll to the next page, just click on the right-hand arrow. The book pages are changing color. You can also change background color and horizon color. Now that we've seen a little bit of what ZooBurst can do, let's create our own book. So we'll click on the My Books tab, and any books that you've already created will be listed, but we're going to create a new book. So we'll click on the New Book tab. We'll name our book Learning to Use ZooBurst. And this book is about testing the ZooBurst tools. You have the option of allowing this to be a public book, or only allowing people with a valid password to look at your book, or keeping it private for yourself. We'll say that we might want to share this book with our teacher or our classmates, so we're going to say only people with a valid password. Then you'll need to make sure that you write down the password for your book so that you can remember it, and ours is Elephant9. And you'll have to decide whether others can comment on this book, and so you'll choose from the drop-down menu, and we'll say yes, we'd like to have an interactive dialogue, and then we'll need to save. On the first page, you'll see that there's a text box for narration, you can make this text bold, or create a hyperlink to the words or phrases in your text box, but we're going to leave this plain and save it. We can change the page color, the ground color, the horizon color, or the sky color by just clicking one of these boxes. Maybe we'll make our page color a little bit lighter, so instead of gray, we'll change it to white so that our images pop. Then we could add our own picture here to the far left with the green arrow, but for today we're going to use the clip art library that ZooBurst has. So we'll click on the little binoculars, and you'll see a drop-down menu from which you'll have to select a letter for the category. So we'll make our book about monsters, so let's click on M, and we'll see what kind of clip art they offer in the way of monsters. And there are 2 categories of pictures. So we'll take a look at the first one. There are 8 total pictures. These are the first 6, and you'll click on the arrow to scroll to the next page. If we didn't like any of those pictures, you might want to take a look at the second category of monsters. These look a little bit more fun. So whatever picture you want to use, you just left click on it once and it will appear on your page. Since we're going to play with this image for a moment, we'll click out of the panel so we can see our full screen. Once you've decided to use this piece of clip art, if you want to manipulate it, you'll left click on it once and you'll see that a yellow halo appears. Once the yellow halo appears, you'll know that you're working with that item, and you can change the size, making it smaller or larger. You can change the rotation. Once the yellow halo turns to red, you know that you can't move it anymore. You can change the pop-up angle. And you can change how long it takes for the pop to happen on the page. We can also move this backwards and forwards. But remember, this is on the book page, so you can't move this item off of the book. If you want to add images to the background, you'll click on background, and then you could add a different image. And if you click on that once you get the gold square, you can move that image. And again, you can change the appearance here on the right. Okay. And you can send this to the front, you can send them to the back. Now you'll notice that the gold halo is here. We're going to rotate him a little forward so he's facing forward because he's our main character. Once the yellow halo is on a particular image, you're going to get a character text box. If you click on it, you can create a dialogue for the character. And again, you can make this bold or link any of the words. We're going to save this, and you'll notice then that there's a character text box above the image. So let's save this page and view it as a completed book, and we can see how this will appear when we play it. So you'll see that the narration box appears at the bottom, but in order to see what the character's saying, the character text box, you have to actually left click on it once, and then it will switch over to the character text box. If you had multiple characters saying multiple things, then you'd have to click on each one, and you'll see the character's picture on the left so that you know which character is speaking. And if you want to go back to the main page, you'll X out and you'll go back to the text narration. And that's all you need to know to get started creating your first 3D pop-up book.